The other thing is for the drain pipe, which is right here, I actually had to route a whole new drain pipe because in this particular room, our ceilings are super low. So the machine didn't fit between the actual top of the door and the ceiling. There's like no clearance. So I had to drill a separate hole because the drain that they provided was too thick to fit in there. That tube was too thick, so I had to use a thinner tube, and I had to use a metal clamp to wedge the drain pipe on there. So overall, it's not too bad of an install. The unit is super quiet. It's like night and day compared to our central AC that we have. We're just using this as an additional AC for the 180 square foot, 190 square foot of space that we added to the garage. So this is not our primary unit, but eventually I want to switch over from the central AC. All of them I want to have maybe like a tri-zone mini split setup. Alright guys, real quick video here on how to install this Pioneer 12,000 BTU 1-ton mini split. I did a few things differently than what the instructions wanted me to do, and I'll show you that right now. So the first thing is I decided to run everything separate, and the reason for that is because I didn't feel comfortable putting electrical together in the same wiring loom as the 410A lines and the drain. I don't like mixing water with electrical just in general. So what I did was I just bought some PVC tubing, and in here are going to be the R410A lines. Next to that are the signal lines that go from the unit itself, from the outdoor unit to the indoor unit. And after that is my 20 amp electrical lines that are going from the breaker box panel down in here into the 20 amp disconnect, which is fused as well. You have to buy the fuses separate with the proper fittings on the bottom, and then from there I'm getting my power that's going into the actual electrical panel itself. As you can see here, it says 115 volt. This is a 115 volt unit, not the 230 volt. So what I did was I installed a 20 amp breaker in my panel, which I'll show you momentarily. I'll just take a photo of it, and then I'll also put up some photos of the actual wiring inside here, which is very important that you do 1, 2, 3 exactly the same as the indoor unit and the outdoor unit. And then both grounds, you'll see they're grounded. There's going to be 2 grounds in here, as well as the neutral and the hot wire. Then I just kind of cleaned everything up with some electrical tape, and that's basically it. So it runs all the way down about 30 feet up the house. Okay, so here's the unit itself. Here's the little remote. So on here, you just hit power. It's pretty self-explanatory. You select your temperature and your fan, and then if you want it to move or not. And here it is, fully powered up and working. As you can see, what I was talking about before, over here, so this whole room is an addition that we built, okay? So over here, there's very little clearance. There's only about 1 inch clearance. And in order for this thing to fit properly, we have very low rafters here in the ceiling, so there's no way for me to actually move the ceiling up when we were building the addition. So it just fits size-wise in between the bottom part of the sliding glass door. But so the drain comes out behind the unit somewhere in this area, right? And then the refrigerant hoses also come out from the top down and in this particular region behind the unit. So what I had to do was route the refrigerant hoses in this particular area, but the actual drain is in a completely different hole just underneath here. So it just touches the bottom of that 2x4. And then behind that is two 2x12s stacked. So that's the reason why I had to route the drain hoses, the drain hose separately from the refrigerant lines, and then the electrical connector wires are also completely separate in this unit. I routed them because I didn't want them to be together with like condensation and that kind of thing. But it's like super cold, very, very quiet, really nice. It's perfect for the space that we have. It's probably maybe about 190 square foot total, and it provides more than sufficient cooling. In fact, it even cools our kitchen a little bit as well, because these units are meant for, they're like a 1-ton unit, so they're meant for about 600 square feet, and it works absolutely perfectly. So pretty simple install. It took me about 2 days, 5 hours a day. I didn't work full-time days during this install, and worked out really well. The local AC guys wanted like $1,500, $1,700 just for the install, plus this unit which I paid $700 for at Home Depot. So I think that it's worth it to do it yourself, because you end up saving so much more, so much money. And that's it.